Hello and welcome back to another episode of Cake Talk TV. My name is Christina and I own Aspen Charm Cakes and Pastries here in Denver, Colorado, and I help cake designers charge premium prices for their cakes, attract high-end cake clients to their business, and grow and have a successful and profitable cake business that they love. I'm happy to have you here. If you're new here, make sure that you subscribe down below so you never miss another episode of Cake Talk TV. And today I'm going to be talking about, should you do wedding bridal shows in part of your marketing strategy for your cake business? I see this question asked all the time inside of my free Facebook group, to where cake designers are just wondering, hey, does this work? Is this going to be really worth my time? Because bridal shows take a lot of effort to put on and go to, and could be a gamble. And a lot of times and I'll share you about my experience because I've done them, but you want to actually think about the people who are going to be selling you on the bridal show. Their job is to sell you on going and booking a booth at the bridal show. That's their job. They're going to say, X amount of brides come here and everything like that. They're going to sell you on the idea and everything. But I want you to actually think about it in a different way that I feel is going to really help you decide if you're going to invest your money and your time to actually book these shows. Because they're not cheap. You have to put in a lot of work, and you need to think, is this going to be worth my investment? Now, I've done bridal shows before, and I didn't have this type of knowledge when I first started doing them. But then after doing these shows, I got the knowledge to really just make the business decision. Is this something that I'm going to do? And now it's something that I just don't do anymore. Reason being, I just don't like to do them. And if I don't like doing something, I know other strategies work, then I feel like it's not going to be the best use of my time. But one thing that I want to share with you for how you can decide if you should actually go and do a wedding show is you want to think about it from this perspective. Who is going to be the clientele that is going to be at this bridal show? And you want to think about it from that perspective. What are the other venues are going to be at that bridal show as well? What are they charging their customers for their services? How are they marketing this bridal show in your area? So then they're going to have the people coming in. What's that clientele looking like? What part of town? You want to think about it in the business sense of, is the right type of market going to be at that show? And the clients that I want to work with who are going to book their cakes through me, are they going to be present at the show that they're looking at? Now, there's a big wedding show, like certain companies just put on the same shows every year here in Colorado at certain times of the year. And I know my ideal client is not going to be at that show. That's the main reason why I don't go to the shows anymore, because the way that and this is just knowing your ideal client. You need to know your ideal client so you can attract that customer in. That's just a part of doing business. I know my ideal client is going to feel that there's just overwhelmed at the show. There's a lot of stuff. They don't have the time to kind of go. They already have certain aspects of their wedding already planned, and they're just going just to kind of get ideas, something fun to do and everything like that. My ideal client doesn't really think about her wedding in that type of way, and most of the time my ideal client is going to be there. I've asked my ideal clients, do they go to those shows? And they say no, because that's something that's not their cup of tea. So I want you to think about it in that way. Do the people that I'm looking to book my cakes, are they really going to actually be there? Because then you have to think, how many cake orders do I want to book from that cake show in order to make it profitable? And I'll do a separate video on that, because when you're going to these shows, you need to have a strategy that's going to work, that's going to actually build your business. If you don't have a strategy, you don't do these wedding shows in the right way, it's going to be a big fat waste of money. So you want to think about it from this way. Are my ideal clients going to be at that show? And who are the other venues at the show? And are they aligned to my business as well? Another thing, and also there are going to be smaller wedding shows around town. Like there's some in Boulder, which is about a 30-minute drive. It's completely different clientele than the people here. Kind of like the bigger shows in Denver. It's going to be completely different up there. So it's thinking, okay, the brides who are in that Boulder area, they're going to go to those shows. It's going to be a completely different clientele. They're going to be more mountain brides, ones that want that kind of rustic type of cake experience. These are the venues that are going to be there. Do I want to work with these type of cake clients? That seems like something that I want to do. I'm going to book my wedding there. Or excuse me, I'm going to book to show my cakes there. There's other venues to where they'll host like bridal shows and they'll have one or two cake designers set up shop and promote there as well. There's a venue here in Colorado where I never book a cake at that wedding venue. I have met with customers repeatedly who have their wedding at that venue, but I just never booked the cake customers there. I believe because I'm just outside of their price range, but they like my cake. They want me to do their cake for much cheaper than I'm willing to do it. But they had a wedding venue there one time and I knew about it, but I was thinking, why am I going to go and showcase my cakes there? I never book brides from that venue. I've met with them continuously. I'm not going to waste my time because most of the time budget customers, customers who are just really trying to piece their wedding together by themselves and they're looking to really have everything look great and expensive, but they're doing it on a lower budget to where they're looking to pay maybe $400-$500 for their cake to serve 150 people. They're out there, they exist. So I'm thinking, I'm not going to waste my time at that venue. Therefore, there's another venue, that's going to be across town to where I just love the venue. I love the feel. I love the brides that go there. I like seeing the photos. Of course, I'm going to do a wedding show there. So you want to think about, the customers who are most likely going to purchase my cakes, are they going to be there? That's what I want you to decide if you're going to book a wedding show and invest your time and your money to do this show, because they're a lot of money. I think that they're somewhat of a lot of money. A lot of time goes into that. That's the emphasis. And you want to think, do I have the time to really go out there and really just use? Sometimes you just don't know a lot. I didn't know growing my cake business and I had to find out. But use this as a resource and a tool to decide if you're going to actually invest in wedding shows in your cake business for the wedding season. So if you haven't grabbed my pricing checklist, then you must go down below, click the link, and grab my free cake pricing checklist. I find that customers and cake designers, they just don't have a really clear idea on how to actually price their cakes for their business, and they're just guessing their way throughout their business and thinking that's going to be the strategy that works. But I have an amazing cake pricing checklist that's really going to help you, give you insights on how to actually price your cakes in your business. It's linked down below and it's going to be in my Cake and Success business library, and it's a library full of amazing resources and tools to help you grow your cake business. If you have any questions about booking wedding shows, put them down below. It's a very interesting topic. For me, it hasn't really worked that well, but not to say it doesn't work for other cake designers. They are really successful. You just need to think, is this something that is really aligned inside of my marketing strategy to grow my cake business? And if not, be okay to say no. Don't feel pressured to do them because the salesperson at the show is just like trying to really sell you on it. That's their job, but you want to think of it as a business, like, is this going to be a good business decision and investment, and then make that decision from there, because they can be very successful. So that's going to be the end of our episode of Cake Talk TV, and I will see you in the next episode.